Do you want to do Cloud Cuckoo Land?
Of course, we do all the big ones.
Yeah, but the Cloud Cuckoo Land's the boring one because it's tiny. Because there's not actually much to say.
True. Okay, Cloud Cuckoo Land.
You get one really good one on it. Oh no, you get two good ones.
Okay, so the first one on here, which is their sort of new ride for this section, is the Ice Age, the 4D experience. And yeah, it's basically the Ice Age 3 film condensed down into 10 minutes.
12 minutes, to be precise.
12 to be precise. Condensed down.
With all the slimy bits.
It's 3D, you got your glasses on, and every time they snort someone, which happens a lot in that movie, you get snorted. When it snows, it snows. And then Gribbly's come and get you in the back of the leg as well.
And the chair
vibrates.
Vibrating a bumper in it.
So yeah, the idea is 4D. You've got the added experience. It was fun. It'd be nice if they'd had, I know they wouldn't have time to do the whole movie, but I just sort of feel that it would have been nice if it had been a new short just for the experience, rather than 3 condensed things. Especially now that 3 has been superseded.
What, as in there's a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Ice Age 4, it's been superseded.
Yeah, but I didn't have a baby mammoth or baby dino.
I know.
Or as much snot.
No, actually. True, I suppose they needed the snot. But yeah, it was nice. Got us out the cold for a wee bit.
Again, it's a good one if you want if you've got young kids. It's Ice Age, so it's a really good kids experience. Also on a technical front, it's very interesting. Or yeah, if you just want to sit down. If you don't like the Ice Age movies, then I wouldn't bother. If you thought Ice Age was alright and you want to get in out the cold, and sit and have a sit down and rest your feet, you could do much worse. It's a good laugh. Basically, it was. I'm just wanting to think what the specific things was. You've got 3D glasses. You've got 3D glasses, so that it's a 3D image.
Yeah.
They have snow that comes down.
And the snot.
They've got snot. It's just water, I think, or if it is a jelly of some form, it's clean. It's just a gel. But yeah, which they use for like when dinosaurs roar right at you, so it's like spit hitting you in the face, or when they're in a plant and the plant explodes. Yeah, the bumper seat so that you can feel.
Rumbled.
Yeah, it rumbled so that you could feel it would go brum, brum, like the dinosaur feet and things.
And it had like little air
tendrils.
Like they're like little just
Holes.
tubing, and
tubes.
then the air would blow through it, and it would come out like this at the back of your legs, and gave some people quite a fright.
Yeah.
We'd clocked them before we sat down. We went, those are going to come in at some point.
Yeah. But
So
people in the back behind us, there were some lasses behind us. Every time these tendrils went, they screamed.
It's quite funny.
Did they do fire? No, I would have thought they did fire. They changed the lighting. Now that was quite clever as well. Also in the theatre, because all the actual theatre itself looked all Ice Agey, with acorns and ice.
All the lights went red when there was a lava scene and things. So the seats rumbled with the lava.
Yeah.
So they tried to bring in the lava.
So it was really good. I thought it was quite clever.
Clever.
I think I'm with you. The only thing that would have made it better is if it was a unique piece, because it just felt like I'd missed half a movie.
You've missed 80 minutes of a movie.
Yeah, and it's like, what's going on here?
It was severely abridged.
Yes, just for the action scenes, and it would have been nice to have seen the film, because we haven't seen the film.
So, yes, Cloud Cuckoo Land, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's very fun. Actually, it's all based on the Quentin Blake drawings
Of Charlie and the
Chocolate Factory.
By Roald Dahl.
So it's just like a little log flume ride, really.
Sort of.
We can use it a little, because she's sitting on. It's sort of different parts. It's sort of a little log ride, and at the end you go in the back elevator.
Basically, it's the tour of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So, you go through, you queue and you see a video, and then they put you on one of the boats that takes them through the Chocolate River in the book, and you ride that through. And it reminds me of Dr. Burp's Bubble Works, which was a ride back in Chessington back in the day, which Dr. Bubble's Bubble Box was basically Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Coke. But this one so you go through and it does, each sort of room has an animatronics of each of the kids getting like sucked away, like Augustus Gloop up the pipe and things like that. And then you get off and they walk you through and you go into the great glass elevator and you take a ride in it. It's quite cleverly done. It's weird. It's a simulator.
Yes, it's very well done though.
It's basically a TV screen each side.
Again, it's another indoors one, nice to get out of the bad weather.
It's a good kid. Again, it's a good kids one actually. Having said that a lot now, Alton Towers is really pushing for a family day, because that one's a really good family day out one. It's good fun if you like the book, if you like Quentin Blake's artwork, if you like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you just want to get out the rain, whatever. That's a good indoor ride. Very fun. I liked it. What's next?
I thought we'd skip Old MacDonald's Farm.
Well, we'll very, very quickly do Old MacDonald's Farm. I'll just breeze through it. It's a farm, so it's got a lot. It's the kids.
Zoo, tractor ride.
Petting zoo, tractor ride, a little boat thing that's got what is it called? Yeah, Riverbank I Spy. So you can go around.
I remember that now.
We got dragged round by her sister one time. It's a little farm thing. Again, it's the very young kids.
That's definitely the
toddler.
preschool.
Yeah, that's the preschool bit. But the big thing to do if you're an adult, because you wouldn't be interested in most of it if you're an adult, I will say. The best bit if you want to do an adult, though, is they do have a petting zoo, which is quite nice if you want to go and look at the fuzzy bunnies and the donkey and things like that. That's quite fun. So, but otherwise...
Section we didn't really go into.
We didn't do it this time because, as I say, we did it to death with her sister. The Tower. Right, can I just lump that in with the Towers in with the Dark Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, just because the Tower's such a small area.
There's only one ride.
There's one ride, which is Hex. Hex is a personal favourite of mine. A lot of people say it's naff. I disagree. I think it's very pretty. I think they've put a lot of effort into it, and I think, and I'm going to bring up Hex an awful lot when we start talking about Subterra. Just to warn you. Hex it's not a ride, it's an illusion, basically. If you go... if you've watched our Blackpool thing, you'll have heard us talk about, what was it, the Haunted Room, which is you're in a cage and it feels like you're rotating going upside down, but actually the room itself is what's spinning around you and all you're doing is tilting. It's one of those on a ridiculously big scale.
Yes.
You're not in a room, you're in a bloody chapel. What?
Feast hall.
Yeah, you're in like a chapel room. It's
huge.
Massive. And it's beautiful and it has a storyline.
They spent a lot of money on this set. It looks good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. It's very well done. And the mechanism in the actual swing itself is very well done.
Yeah.
You do become completely disoriented.
Yeah, the program makes you feel really confused, throws your equilibrium. So, very quickly to talk it through how it works. You go in and they send you through to a room and show you a video that tells you the tale of the tree.
The old oak tree.
The old oak tree.
Basically, the Earl of Shrewsbury, who used to own Alton Towers, is cursed by a witch. And every branch that falls
from the old oak tree,
a member of his family shall die. Da da da. So of course a branch falls, someone dies, and he decides to perform experiments on the branch. And that's what we go to look at.
Yes. So you then go through to another room, and the idea is that they found...
Whilst
excavating and trying to do restoration work on the towers, they found his old laboratory hidden behind a bookcase. So you go behind a bookcase, and there's this big, and then you're on the ride, and you all take a seat, and there's two big pews, like church-style pews, with the branch in the middle attached to some great big bloody machine, and they whack the machine on and sparks fly, and then shit gets weird. And then they do a haunted room, basically. The big thing with it, I won't say any more, because go and ride the damn thing. But the big thing I liked about it was actually the program for the way it swings and that really throws your equilibrium, because they start it off doing it so that it feels correct that your weight's thrown the way you'd think it would go, but then they'll start mixing it up. Your weight will be the wrong way to the way it's actually all turning, so that you just feel really uncomfortable.
You get very disorientated.
It's quite relaxed. The haunted room, is one of those rides you sit down in it, after about 10 seconds you go, oh, it's a haunted room, so I'm not really spoiling anything, but from there, ride it. And right beside it is the Dark Forest, which used to be Ugland back when for a while.
I vaguely remember
You'll
that.
remember Ugland maybe once or twice. Before that, I can't remember what it was, if they even did sectors. The Corkscrew used to live there. But they knocked it down and put 13 in its place. So I'll start with 13. The big thing about 13, I would say, is that you've got to remember that it's a replacement for the Corkscrew. So 13, it is a roller coaster with the first horizontal drop. I'll explain that in a second, and a whole section backwards in the dark. A horizontal drop, vertical drop is like Oblivion, that you're in your carriage, you go along the track, and then the track curves and goes down.
And you go nose first.
And you go, nose first, and it's part of the track and it's quite smooth.
A horizontal drop, your train goes along, stops, and then you go down.
Yeah, like an elevator, they drop you, they physically disconnect the track,
yes,
and wham! So when we went last time, that was the big new ride, and we
were a little
psyched.
a little overexcited about
especially
it.
because of how awesome the Oblivion still is.
So I think we had the unfortunate experience with 13 last time, where
missed perspective.
We had sort of made it up to be totally more awesome than it turned out to be. So having given it, it has been 2 or 3 years actually since we were last at Alton Towers. So having given it the rest period and then going back, we've actually realised that it is actually a very enjoyable ride. Yeah,
it's just not hardcore.
I wouldn't even say it's not hardcore. I think the problem is that we got told it's got a horizontal drop. And you instantly think, this is going to be on the scale of Oblivion, it's going to be awesome, and it's really just a Big Dipper of a gimmick at the end. Because we were like that, we got in it, it's like, there's only a lap bar?
Yeah, that confused us all, because we were expecting if it was going to be something serious, wallop, click, bang, crack, right, you're safe now, off you go.
But yes, it's just a little Big Dipper ride.
Yeah,
really nice
just a lap
Big
bar.
Dipper ride, and then with this horizontal drop.
The horizontal drop's one story, I would say with it, because it goes click, bang, or more it goes click, bang. It's a slow acceleration and a slow deceleration so that it's safe. So it's not actually that scary.
You do get butterflies.
You do get butterflies, but it's not very long. It's one story, as I say. The click is what jolts you, actually.
Yes. That's actually the bit that gives you the fright.
Yeah, that's the bit that's unnerving. So it's quite fun. I'd almost say it's for people, because I mean, we've got, again, your sister who is terrified, like, Oblivion, no, just no. Liked 13, so it's a really good, and there was a lot of kids who I don't think would be allowed on Oblivion going round and round 13. It's a really good midway ride for the kids who are, I'm old enough to do a big ride, but
might not be tall enough.
Maybe not much, yeah, just not quite big enough to do the big rides, but
I think
want to do.
It's 1.2.
Whereas most of the rest are 1.4. So. But really good for that. Really good kids ride. Yeah, there were kids going round and round it. Nice and scary for them. Good family roller coaster is what I'd call that.
Yeah.
And it's all done up really goth. So there's some really cool goth.
The merchandise is pretty cool.
Actually, even though we came off it, as I say, last time we all came off going, it's a bit crap.
We still want a t-shirt.
Loads of people bought them. We all bought the merchandise because it was cool. Rita.
Keep your head back. Hold on tight. You must escape. Go, go, go!
Rita is awesome. They've built more of them nowadays. Rita was the fastest roller coaster in the world when they built it first. It's the first insta acceleration ride. Basically, they strapped the damn ride to a plane launcher. So rather than with a lot of rides where they'll crank you up a hill and let gravity do the work for them, with this one, we're going to need to plug the camera in. With this one, they literally just they just bang. It's 10 seconds long. It's basically you get fired out, go around a couple of turns to help you slow down, to not be so fast that you break the stop mechanism, and then they stop you and you get off. It's still awesome. The acceleration hits you like a brick. Really good one to go front row on if you can.